magsagasa ng mga measures. At sinabi ko nga sa traditions ay i-allow ko po lahat ng mga senador tumayo, ibigay ang kanilang adhikain, magsalita, hindi po natin sila pipigilan. And this has been a time-honored tradition in the Senate since the time of Claro M. Recto and all the great Senate members of the past, Senator Jokno and all. So we're going to allow them to be able to speak up and follow rules and traditions. And decorum. Nangapil ako lang dapat may proper decorum tayo. Kasi bilang Senado, 24 lang po kami ng Senador. So I will not allow any unruly behavior, bullying, or any sort of similar tactics. Kailangan may proper decorum po ating Senado. Yes,
meron bang mga concerns kahapon, sir, na na-erase yung mga senators?
Well, it's all just remaining chairmanships, memberships sa committees, vice chairmanships sa finance, all of which I can't answer kasi yung finance chair, Senator Angara, ang magsasagot yan. Wala na pang iba. Ang gusto rin po nila na patas ang trato sa lahat ng senador. Sabi ko, I'll be very transparent kung ano po ang mga benefits na ibinibigay sa isang senador, whether majority or minority, pareho lang. I'm going to treat the majority and minority the same, equally, especially when it comes to the benefits being received by senators in the Senate. Staffing, ibig ko sabihin yung staff ng isang majority member ng Senado will be the same as the staff that will be received by Senator Coco and Senator Risa. Hindi po tayo maglalamang. I think that is the most important. Na makita nila transparent tayo, fair tayo. And I think if we do that, I think we will have a good working relationship with everyone. Ang importante dito, pasok pa rin tayo sa pandemya. We are coming out of an economic crisis because of the pandemic. Hopefully, we can even beat this inflationary problem. And we will continue to pursue legislation na makakatulong sa ating mga kababayan. Number one po is budget. We have a long discussion on the budget coming very soon. And of course, yung stimulus package. We're trying to come up with a stimulus package for distressed industries, yung mga industries at sektor na natamaan ng pandemya. And of course, marami pa po tayong pet bills na gustong isalang and economic measures na we will be meeting very soon with the economic team of the President and we'll be discussing priority economic measures.
Sir, ano yung committee ni Senator Ivy?
Right now, she might be handling 4 committees.
Wow!
Yeah, she might
Ano
be
yun,
handling
sir?
4 committees. Sherna, hinintay kita ha, pero gusto nila tutuloy na. Then, she's actually Senator Amy Marcos is possibly might chair 4 committees. And the 4 committees are, of course, Foreign Relations, Committee on Foreign Relations. We're also looking at electoral reform kasi hawak ko man niya dating electoral reform. Yung Social Justice Committee, which is basically all the DSWD programs and cooperatives. So we're looking at 4 committees that she'll be handling. Masipag naman siya and I thank her, I thank Senator Ivy dahil willing po siya maghawak ng 4 na committees and we're also looking at other possibilities. Yung request po nila na set NCA, that is a portion to political parties. So, meron po silang 3 members na Nationalista Party. And therefore, they'll be getting entitled to 1.5 seats. So, we all agreed yesterday that it will be proportioned by what is legally given by the Constitution and legal precedents of the Supreme Court. Kasi sabi ng Supreme Court, pag meron kang kasama, ka-partner, meron kang 1 Senate seat. So sabi ko sa kanila, kung hindi kayo magkasundo ng partido ninyo, maghanap ka ng isang partner at meron kayong 1 Senate seat na CA seat rather, 1 CA seat na kayong bahala hape kung 1.5 years mo.
SP, paano nyo lang masisiguro po, SP, na hindi magiging rubber stamp ang Senado knowing it's a super majority pag nagkataon?
Hindi magiging rubber stamp ang Senado. And my watch in the 18th Congress, I was also a majority leader and leadership of the Senate. Never naging rubber stamp yung Senado. marami po tayong mga panukala na sa tingin namin hindi sang-ayon para sa ating bansa na itinulak po ng administrasyon. Hindi natin tinuloy. So, number one of the first one I can think of is death penalty. At that time, uso-uso po ang hatol na kamatayan at ipinasa po ito ng House of Representatives. Kami po dito, hindi po namin naipasa yun dahil pinag-isipan namin na mabuti na unang-una, mahina po ang justice system ng ating bansa, di ba? Ang justisya dito ay hindi nakakamit, lalo na sa mga mahihirap. Baka lahat ng papatay ng hatol na death penalty ay puro mahihirap lang na walang magagaling na abogado, walang mga magagaling na legal team. Kaya sabi ko nga, hindi tayo talaga magiging rubber stamp. We will go through with a fine-tooth comb all the measures. Kung sa tingin po namin na maganda ito para sa ating bansa, ipapasa po natin. Without a doubt, if it's good for the country, it's good for a particular sector, for example, tourism sector, let's say for the farmers and the fisher folk sector, bakit po namin ipipigil itong mga batas na ito? We don't want to be an obstructionist. We will support the measures of the administration that we think and we feel is going to be good for the country. That will be our priority. And in fairness, sa lahat ng meeting namin, wala silang controversial na isinusulong. As a matter of fact, sa mga taxes, medyo yung sa economic team, yung mga naiiwan na lang ng previous administration like PIFITA, guide measure, PIFITA, and these are all non-controversial measures. Yung reforming the land valuation of land taxes kasi di ba medyo kalat pa yung mga land valuations nila. I think those are non-controversial measures. Hindi siya new taxes. It's no to new taxes. So yan po ang theme ng Marcos administration in this first quarter. And of course, hintayin namin po ang SONA ng ating Pangulo Bongbong Marcos kasi dyan ay lalatag ang mga priority measures ng administration.
Sir, may we get your comment lang po dun sa proposal sa House na palitan yung term limits for elected officials?
Huwag na muna natin pag-usapan yung charter change na kabago-bago pa ng administration. I think it's too controversial. Let's wait first for the composition of our committees. Nandiyan naman si Senator Robin Padilla, and I was with him yesterday, kasama po namin siya, and we had a nice discussion. And sabi niya, handa naman daw siya mag-aral, handa naman daw siya ipaglaban yung kanyang advokasya. So sabi ko sa kanya, sige, mag-set ka na naman committee hearings, and of course we will attend, and we will exchange ideas with you. But that's as far as we're talking about any talk about charter change. Let's open it in the committee. It's too soon to give any commitments at this point in time. Definitely term limits na masyadong, alam mo yan ang ayaw ng allergic yung taong bayan sa mga usaping politikal pagdating sa constitutional amendments.
But as the incoming SP, can you say na a charter change will not be one of the priorities, at least in the first months of the 19th Congress?
Yes, definitely the first year of our Congress, 19th Congress. I think ang usapin natin should revolve around paano natin buhayin muli ang ekonomiya, paano natin iangat muli ang kabuhayan ng ating mga kababayan. I think that should be on the first year, that should be the minds and souls of every legislator at this point in time. Yan ang muna pag-usapan natin kasi galing tayong pandemya, ang dami nahihirapan ng mga kababayan natin. Hindi pa tapos ang COVID-19. So we have to support the President in this, of course, health program sa darating ng mga buwan. So yun ang muna pag-usapan natin. I would say, right now, that's not our priority.
SP, speaking po of controversial bills, sir, sa House may nag-file din po ng bill renaming the Ninoy Aquino International Airport into Ferdinand Marcos. Sir, ito ba, will it fly, do you think, in the Senate, sir, or iba ho talaga ang priorities ninyo?
I don't know what our colleagues will be discussing. Ako, mas pabor na lang, gawin na lang natin Manila International Airport. Balikin na natin sa original name. If no one will agree on a particular family name, kasi syempre, yellow against red na naman yan, di neutral na lang tayo. But again, no, I leave it to the discussion of my colleagues. I can't make a comment at this time.
Sir, but should we encourage proposed bills that would, revive
Bills.
our relationships?
We cannot prevent any senator from filing any bill or any congressman from filing any bill. That is the right of any senator or any congressman to file a bill. I remember that there was I do not know what Congress that was, fifth, sixth Congress, fifth or sixth Congress. My congressman, I don't know, fact check nyo ako if this is right. But the rumor or the legend was, may congressman na nag-file na pagbawalan daw yung mga bagyo.
Huh?
To ban typhoons daw from entering the Philippines. So, narinig nyo na yun, di ba? Mga ganyan eh. May congressman daw dati na, or senator rin, may nag-file na i-ban daw yung mga bagyo. So, some ridiculous bills, there are bills that are really ridiculous. But we can't prevent any member of Congress and the Senate to pass, or rather to file these measures.
Sir, isa na lang yung sa meeting kahapon. May we
Oo,
know...
yan just a colatilla. Kaya nga may committee hearings tayo, may proseso yan para makorek natin yung deficiencies, makorek natin yung infirmities, especially constitutional infirmities. And that is why we have the committee system. Kaya nga po nagdedebate po tayo. Kaya yung mga ridiculous bills na yan na binanggit ko, yung banning of typhoons na talagang kalupon, those things will never fly, those things will never pass. But I just want to stress, we have no right to stop anyone from filing it.
Sir, yung kahapon lang, pwede malaman, bakit po magkahiwalay yung Villar block doon sa block ninyo sa gabi? Bakit po hindi isang... Nangiintriga lang. Bakit hiwalay, SB?
Hindi naman, they wanted to propose, kasi may mga request na mga memberships, committees, change of committee membership, chairmanships, and they wanted also some vice chairmanship posts. So gusto po nila munang ibagit sa akin bago i-take up sa mas malaking grupo, and then para magkakaroon po kami ng second meeting muli ni Ma'am Cynthia and Ma'am Ivy. Hopefully early next week, we might meet again on maybe Monday, early next week. So, yan po ang aming plano. Para maano na talaga lahat ng mga maliliit na lang to. Maliliit na gusot na lang. And I think maayos na po namin ito. And we can start working. We can start working for the good of our people. Kailangan ito para sa bagong Congress.
Sir, may proposal daw na maglagay ng Deputy Senate President Pro Tempore dahil gusto niya si Amy, kaya lang ibigay ng kay Senator Lawrence.
Hindi,
Are you open?
usapan pa namin yun, but it's being frowned upon by the majority of the members. Kasi, at this point in time, we wouldn't comment, but it's not yet agreed upon.
Pero yung recommendations, sir.
There was part of the recommendations was one of those to create new positions in the Senate. So sabi ko, pag creating of new positions in the Senate, ay baka mahirapan tayo kasi tulad ng binigay ko kanina, let's maintain the rules and traditions of the Senate. And as much as possible, we shall honor the time-bound traditions and rules of the Senate. Kasi ito po yung mga rules and traditions of Senates of long ago, no? Even before the 87 Constitution. So wala pa kaming agreed upon there. What we agreed upon was the creation of deputy majority floor leaders. So there will be a senior deputy majority floor leader and a majority floor leader, senior deputy majority, dalawang senior deputy majority.
Sino-sino, sir?
I know Senator JV is one, and we're reserving the other. We're still deciding who will be another. Kasi kailangan din ang tulong ni Senator Joel. Hindi basta God forbid, no, kung let's say ma-COVID, wala po tayong majority leader. Dapat may assistant majority leader.
So,
Just like I have a deputy if I...
Okay. Isang
Senator Joel and JP and sino mga contenders sa second slot?
Usapan pa natin.
Sir, sorry,
But,
so-
we also discussed the hybrid session kasi nagsasurge na naman ng COVID-19. Ang sabi ko lang sa kanila, yung mga anak ko nga nag-face-to-face classes na kaya kami. Yung mga tatay at nanay nagkakano sa bahay. Di ba? I think if the kids can go to face-to-face classes, I think we can go to work. Exception. may exemption lang. Pag COVID positive sila or COVID exposed, they can do work at Senate plano. Only when they're COVID positive or they have a COVID exposure. And yun lamang po sila pwede mag-work from home. I'm trying to encourage as much as possible normalcy sa Senado. Napakahirap kasi magpasa ng batas pag wala yung mga members at pag Zoom naman, mahirap din dahil yung pakpakan sa Zoom hindi mo pwedeng i-pause at pag-iusapan sila under huddle system na pwede break muna, pag-usapan natin ano pa pwedeng compromise. Pag Zoom kasi mahirap gawin. So I requested na we will do a hybrid of the hybrid, which is if you are sick with a valid excuse that you have COVID or were exposed to COVID, para hindi mo kami mahawaan, pwede kayo mag-work from home for that week. But of course, after you're cleared, you have to go back.
Pero kung meron event sa ibang laban, hindi yun kasali na.
No, yung mga,
Hindi na may mga
may
events.
mga biyahe, mga ano,
So yung
diba?
mga senior
Oo,
citizen,
naman kami nagtatrabaho
yung
kami.
mga senior citizen lang sila.
You'd be surprised, Tita Cynthia likes the face-to-face.
So nasabi ko
Sinabihan nga niya yung, oo, magtrabaho na lang tayo. In fairness to Tita Cynthia, she was telling her colleagues, trabaho tayo, huwag tayo mag
sir, nasabihan na ba si Senator Cheese na yun yung magiging committee niya?
No, the committee of Senator Cheese, I'm thankful that he accepted the chairman of the Committee on Higher Education.
And then,
He'll be getting also CAC.
What about Justice Committee?
We'll be with Tonto Review.
will sit before the will sit in the CAs.
Yung CA kasi is, as I mentioned earlier, it is equitable, ano yan eh, there is already a formula by the Supreme Court, of course given out by the Constitution.
May CA
It is
also, Chief.
political, it is by political affiliation, or the Supreme Court also declared, pag dalawa kayo, meron kayong one seat. So, ang sabi ko sa kanila, either magsama yung PDP, magsama yung NP, magsama yung NPC, at meron silang corresponding seats. For example, yung PDP laban, apat po sila, makakatanggap po sila ng dalawang CA seats, Commission Appointment seats.
So sila na magde-decide.
Opo. And then sa set din, sabi ko, one for every 4 seats. Bale kung, for example again, PDP laban, apat sila, meron silang 1 set seat, Senate Electoral College. So, the 4 members of the PDP laban will have at least 2 memberships sa CA and 1 membership sa Senate Electoral College. So, yan ang computation which has legal precedence from the Supreme Court. So, nag-rule in Supreme Court dyan in several instances, in several occasions. So, I'm duty-bound to give it to these groups and partnerships, yung dalawang individual senators. Kasi meron din po kami mga senador na walang partido. They are what we call independent senators like myself. Senator Grace, yeah, part of the coalition. Senator, for example, Senator Sonny, nag-iisa lang siya, Senator Joel. So basta may ka-partner siya, may ka-ati siya, may 1 seat sila. So we're working it out.
So last na lang, narinig na to. So what will happen to Senator Cayetano? Wala na talagang pag-asa. And
No, Senator Cayetano's siblings, they'll have 1 Senate seat. And they'll have
Senate
I mean, sorry.
CAC.
CA.
Sorry. The Senator, the Cayetano's siblings rather, gutom ako, sabi ko siya.
Sorry na, sorry na.
Last ako nagbe-breakfast. The Cayetano siblings will definitely have 1 CAC, Commission Appointment seat, and half a Senate seat. Kasi right now, yan ang situation. Of course, they'll have also committees. I still have to, I'm trying to reach out to them hopefully by this week. I'll meet with them, if not first week, next week, first hour next week, para makuha talaga yung kanilang preference.
So
Sir,
standing offer pala. Standing offer.
Yes, definitely si Senator Pia Cayetano na hindi mawawala sa kanyang Sustainable Development Goals and Future Thinking na committee. Kasi tailor fit sa kanya yan. We created that committee to help her with her advocacies.
Si Senator Alan.
Si Senator Alan, we have a few committees that we're offering him. So we're waiting and seeing if he...
So you're going to give it to him regardless kung magmamadyok siya o magmamayor.
Yes, kasi lahat naman ng senador kailangan din po ng... I encourage all the senators to have their committee. whether they will work or they will not work, because also yung staffing nakasalalay sa committee. So kung wala silang committee, kulang ang staffing nila, ang MOOE nandyan, so I encourage that everyone gets a committee.
Sir, clarify ko lang. So, si Senator Alan, hindi man siya mag-accept or mag-join sa majority, ibigay ko sa inyo ng meeting to choose kung ano yun doon sa available committees. As a minority, sir. As a minority.
You know, he could also be independent. There's also situations where they don't vote for the majority, they don't vote for the minority. And therefore, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Senator Sergio Mena, once upon a time, did not vote neither for the majority or the minority. He's considered an independent member of the Senate. But they're still entitled to all the perks and privileges and committees of the Senate.
I see.
Sir, last na on my part. Sir, yung kahapon, can you say na solidify nyo na talaga yung super majority after yesterday's fellowship?
Yes, it's safe to say na we've solidified the supermajority of the Senate. I thank all the members of both groups for supporting our leadership. And ano na lang, konting gusto na lang inaayos namin. But I'm committed to that. To be transparent, to be honest, and syempre yung kung anong mabibigay ko, ibibigay ko. Kung anong mabibigay ko, ibibigay ko sa kanila bilang pinuno ng Senado. So happy naman sila. So I think our right now, ginaayos na lang namin yung may mga gustong vice chairmanship. Kinakausap ko sa grupo namin ng mga chairman na accept na natin sila as vice chairman. For example, Committee on Accounts, di ba si Chairman Nancy ang chairman? They designated a senior vice chairman, si Senator Bato de la Rosa, to be the number 2 of the Committee on Accounts. Para sa ganun ay, transparent ang lahat ng dealings in the Senate, walang shenanigans, which I totally agree to, and I totally am in favor of. Because this will be a Senate that will be transparent. There will be no secret dealings or shenanigans. I will not tolerate any shenanigans being done in the Senate.
When the leadership, sir, Senate President Pro Temp, and Majority, stay sure na yan?
So far,
Formal.
it's, as my discussions last night, that is so far the sure, as of now, setup. What we're doing is we're going to try to increase the membership of the majority leader as his deputies.
Okay.
Sir, yung defense committee, gusto rin daw ni Tol, since naibigay kay Jinggoy, so magiging vice chairman na lang siya, no?
Senior Vice Chair yata si Senator Tolton kay Senator Jinggoy. This was one of the topics that we discussed.
So, sir, after emerging, sabi ni Senator Drilong kasi pag ano daw, kapag-isap ka hanggang sa senior.
Happy na we alam mo talaga totoo yun. I get sleepless nights, I have anxiety attacks. So yes, I'm going to see a sleep doctor dahil nga mas lumala yung aking insomnia. Siyempre napakahirap dahil it's a balancing act between wanting to please your senator members but also keeping the institution intact and credible and of course protecting the image of the institution. And at the same time, working together with the administration kasi crunch time ito eh. Hindi po ako midterm pumasok bilang Senate President. Pumasok ko Senate President sa bagong administrasyon na maraming hinihiling ng mga priority bills. So, yes, kung pinapawisan ako sa singil, lahat na singil, post na post araw-araw. But, pero, sagwan. Pero ang importante dyan ay at the end of the day, magkasama po kami lahat. And the output of the Senate is important. You've all known me as a workhorse. You've all known me as output-oriented. I want to make sure na ilalabas po natin yung mga batas ay talagang makakabuti sa ating bansa. Hindi makakasama. And that's what we guarantee you in the Migz Zubiri Senate Presidency.
Sir, last na lang. Isang labo na lang. Kasi nga, you said that the Senate will remain as an independent institution. Ano magiging limitation as far as proposed measures of the administration is concerned? Saan kayo hihiwalay?
Well, I think let's cross the bridge when we get there. I don't want to come up with hypothetical. For example, death penalty, which I know hindi naman itutulak itong administration na ito. Because I've already asked the higher-ups na hindi naman nila i-prioritize ito. So, but for me, for example, big no-no for me na I support that. I will not support, for example, death penalty or any bills that will infringe on the human rights of the innocent. So definitely, anti-abortion din ako. I will not agree on abortion measures. Well, I'm a devout Catholic. I want the people to know that. Ako po'y isang Marian devotee. So definitely, you know where my inclinations will be. But again, it's a collegial body. For example, alam ko si Senator Lisa will want to focus on this. Then we will give her, again, as part of the traditions and culture in the Senate, bibigyan natin ng pagkakataon. For example, Senator Lisa, may pagdebate ito sa plenaryo and pagbotohan. Hindi po tayo mag-obstruct itong mga measures na ito. And at the end of the day, botohan na lang natin. Na kung manalo siya and I lose in my vote, so be it. There were times the Senate President, Senate President Migz Zubiri, meron po mga measures na bumoto siya na hindi sang-ayon ng mayorya, na natatalo din siya. So, ganun din ang mangyayari. Pero ang mahalaga dyan, hindi po natin sila pipigilan sa kanilang mga bukas.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, salamat. Thank you.